it's no bitterness leaving the Green Bay Packers.
After 14 seasons with the Packers, Donald Driver is hanging up his cleats.
I've always said I wanted to wear the green and gold, and I've worn the green and gold for a long time.
The latest on Driver's retirement, topping Fox 11 News at 9.
Good evening, everyone. The longtime Packer, only Brett Favre, has played more games as a Packer, had said he thought he could play some more.
That's right, but ultimately he did decide to retire wearing the green and gold.
Drew Smith talked with Driver today, and Drew joins us now. What did you hear?
Well, you know, Donald was a 7th-round draft pick. I mean, he ended up being the top wide receiver of all time for the Packers. Kind of a bittersweet day. It was a long road, but in talking with him, though it was bittersweet, he could not think of putting on another uniform.
Another day at the office, baby, another day at the office.
In the end, Donald's decision to retire now was about being a Packer for life.
The way the season went for me, I was, you know, you kind of know when it's time to move on. And I was okay with that at the end of the day because it's no bitterness leaving the Green Bay Packers. I've always said I wanted to wear the green and gold, and I've worn the green and gold for a long time.
Driver could see that his time had come. Relegated to special teams in his final game as a Packer against the 49ers, he's happy to have been part of rich Packers history.
I'm going to go out and do different things. There's so much more out there for me, and now it's time to, you know, find out what God has in store for us.
Driver came into the league as a skinny 7th-rounder, one of a number of receivers drafted that year. His old teammates remember that camp and something about Donald Driver.
You know, over the years, you got to watch the guy grow to become this unbelievable wide receiver. But you know, when you look back at how he started, there was just a drive in his eyes the whole time that you knew this guy was going to be good. I didn't realize how great he was going to be, but there was just that desire that he wanted to be good.
Driver could have eked out a few more years of his career with another team, but it was never about that, and he will be remembered as a Packer for life. Well, Donald had certainly the numbers to back it up. He played for 14 seasons. He has the all-time lead in receptions and receiving yards ever for a Green Bay Packer. Also threw in 61 touchdowns on top of that as well. Driver's teammates understand that his impact was great, and it will be felt long after his retirement.
I bet you that years after Donald's no longer playing football, people will still think that Donald is a Green Bay Packer on the Green Bay Packer roster just because of what he's done. They're going to equate that number 80, that ball head, that wiggle to the first down. There's just certain things that they're going to, you know, just right away with Green Bay Packer football. So what he's done has been phenomenal. You know, he's been an influence on me as a player, on the field, off the field. But Donald, what he represents to this community, organization, it'll never be forgotten, and it's always going to remain, you know, at the highest of the highest because he represents what Green Bay Packer football is about.
Other teammates took to their Twitter accounts to talk about Donald Driver. TJ Lang said, Donald Driver, is a pleasure to share the field with you for 4 years. Great player, tremendous person. Hashtag retire number 80. Morgan Burnett on the defense. Donald Driver, great wide receiver, great teammate, positive role model. And the kicker, also a privilege it's been to play with Donald Driver, said Mason Crosby for the last 6 years. Great teammate and a man. Gonna miss you, Drive. Hashtag retire number 80. I'll be back later in the show to take a closer look at how Driver will be remembered among those Packer greats. That's coming up at 9:50.
All right, thanks, Drew. And a retirement ceremony for Driver is going to be held next week at the Lambeau Field Atrium. It'll be held Wednesday at 11 a.m. Now, fans are invited, but you need a ticket to get in. About 1,000 free tickets will be handed out on a first-come, first-served basis. They'll be available starting tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock at the Packers ticket office.
Fans can pick up tickets for Driver's retirement ceremony today at Lambeau Field.
People are already waiting for tickets. Angela Kelly is here joining us live with more.
They've been there a while.
Well, yeah, they're tailgating. They got the music going. They got the beverages. Right,
They
Ange?
sure do. Hi, guys. Good morning. You know, it's probably, the line is up to, I'd say, at least get close to 200 people now. Some of the first people in line got here already at 10 o'clock last night. Can you believe it? I've met people from Michigan, from Sturgeon Bay, from Wisconsin Rapids, from Wausau, people traveling from all over just to get here to get tickets. You can see they're bundled up in blankets and layers, lots of hot coffees. And Kurt, what happened to your orange juice?
Standing in line and it froze tight.
Well, you're out of drink now, aren't you?
Yeah. You want to go get me one?
Well, you know, you got a little ice in your beard there.
Yeah. I just trying to look a little older. That's all.
I love it.
Oh my goodness.
Why are you out here braving the temperatures to get these tickets?
For my mom. She wants them.
She's a big fan of Donald Driver.
And she doesn't know I'm here.
Oh, well, let's hope she doesn't find out.
Yeah.
You're a good son.
Thank you.
Okay, stay warm. I want to introduce you to a mom and daughter who came. You guys came all the way from Oshkosh, right?
Yes, we did.
Cheryl and Alyssa?
Yep.
Okay, your mom said that you are just a massive Donald Driver fan. Tell me about that.
I've loved him ever since I was a little girl, just everything about him. On the field and off the field. I think he's a great role model.
How about you, Mom?
Same thing. Been watching Dancing with the Stars. Love his smile, his demeanor, everything about him. He's a great person.
What did you guys think when you first heard the news yesterday that officially that was it? He was retiring as a Packer.
She texted me right away as soon as she heard about 7 in the morning. I was pretty sad about it, but I understand. So I'm just happy that he had such a wonderful 14 seasons with us. So.
Yeah, and you'll get to celebrate that with him.
Retire with us, not go play with anybody else. No Vikings.
We're hearing a lot of that this morning. You know, sad that, you know, he's retiring, but happy that he's retiring as a Packer. Go Double D, right, guys? Go Double D. Okay, you guys, we will toss it back to you for now, and we'll see you back here in about half an hour. Talk to some more fans.
Yeah, have fun out there. Thanks, Ange.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Drew Smith in the Fox 11 studios. Breaking news today. Today's Donald Driver Day in Green Bay and all around the state, as the all-time leading receiver for the Green Bay Packers officially will announce his retirement at a press conference at Lambeau Field in front of 1,000 lucky fans. Now, coming up, we're going to hear from those who work with Donald, including his bosses, Mark Murphy, Ted Thompson, and head coach Mike McCarthy. We'll also see a tribute video put together by the Packers for Double D. And then Donald will also take questions from the media and from the fans assembled in the atrium at Lambeau Field. Now let's take a quick look outside there. It's the atrium. About 1,000 tickets were distributed. And as you can see, boy, it is packed out there in the atrium. As it's a standing room only. Lots of other dignitaries in attendance as well. Governor Scott Walker is planning to be there. He did declare it Donald Driver Day across the entire state today. The mayor of Green Bay is also going to be there. So that's also going to be part of the dignitaries and lots of folks from not only Donald's family but friends throughout the years. Now, Donald Driver certainly has had a long and storied career. He was a 7th-round draft pick out of Alcorn State back in 1999. Became a starter in 2002, and then he also started that assault on the record books. He retired, of course, with the most receptions for the most yards of any player in Packers history, and with other possible options to keep playing decided he wanted to retire a Packer. Never wanted to wear anything except the green and gold of the Green Bay Packers. Plenty of memories from Donald on and off the field, but as for his play, well, the numbers certainly speak for themselves. You can see some of the numbers right here. Donald's 14 seasons in the NFL, all with the Green Bay Packers. 734 receptions, that is 43 receptions, that is, of course, a Packers record. Same with the receiving yards. He had 61 touchdowns along the way as well. As for all the records that he holds, well, there certainly are quite a few. Receptions, receiving yards, the Lambeau Field receptions and yards. Consecutive games with the reception, 133. Also had 9 50-catch seasons and 7 1,000-yard seasons. So plenty of production certainly on the field, but also lots off the field. Event about to get underway. Let's check in with our Justin Felder, who is out there. Justin, tell us about the atmosphere out there in the standing room only crowd.
Drew, it's celebratory, absolutely. We've had music going, everything from jock jams to Somewhere Over the Rainbow. The crowd has been pretty full, like you said, standing room only from a while. We just had a few minutes ago, I'll show you in the seats, filing in several current players, former players. We have Jordy Nelson, if you see, in the tan sweater and white shirt. We have Rob Davis, former player, Evan Dietrich Smith, Tim Mastay, Tom Crabtree, Ryan Taylor, just naming the players filing in. Also a lot of Donald Driver's families, family, friends, any Seinfeld fans out there. We spoke to, if you remember, Jackie Childs, the former attorney of Seinfeld and Tiger Bomb fame. He is here. He's known Donald Driver for a while. It's a celebratory atmosphere, Drew. A lot of signs. There are light-up signs. People very excited to see Donald Driver and to send him off the right Packer way. Drew?
Yeah, you know, Justin, it's interesting how many lives he touched, and we see all the fans that are there, and they, of course, waited out overnight for some of them to get those spots and be able to get on there. It seems like that's a festive mood out there as they're really happy, of course, to see Donald Driver when he finally gets out there and bid him one last farewell.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's one sign in particular. There's light-up signs. There's pre-made ones. It's people who are very excited. If this was a red carpet event and you were asking who is everyone wearing, the answer would be either Nike or Reebok, I guess. A lot of number 80 jerseys, the green and the white variety. And it's obvious, knowing Donald in the community, that he's touched a lot of lives. A lot of people want to pay their final respects to his career, of course, not going anywhere from this community, but certainly a lot of excited fans, family members, and friends.
Yeah, you know, Justin, we talk about his numbers. He obviously retires as the top of the Packers in receiving yardage. And there's been kind of a groundswell to retire that number 80. James Lofton was also number 80, so we'll see. It's tough to retire football numbers.
Before Donald Driver and his family caught a flight out of town, number 80 made one last stop.
Yeah, they're on their way to Dallas as we speak, and that stop was at a home in Bellevue. Now, we had been there yesterday to spotlight a woman's salute to Driver, and while we were there, the longtime Packers fan told us of her wish.
He's my idol, and I was a cancer survivor, and I just hope someday I can get a hug from him.
That was 78-year-old Angie Leroy yesterday. She decorated her door to honor Driver's career, and little did she know that what would happen today, until it did. Fox 11's Eric Peterson was there.
It was a surprise knock at the same door that was decorated just 2 days before.
Oh my God!
Hello, honey. Donald Driver saw Angie Leroy's story on Fox 11 and wanted to help. She didn't have tickets for the ceremony, but really wanted a hug from her favorite Packer.
So I said, I'm going to make her day come true. I will find her today and give her a hug. So here's your hug, love. Thank you so much.
Leroy did make it to the ceremony. A viewer gave her an extra ticket, but she says meeting Donald Driver topped it all.
Don't cry. Don't cry. It's supposed to be a happy moment for both of us. No more crying. Right. I cried enough today. I'm done crying. Yes.
So what does any Packers fan do when Donald Driver is in their kitchen?
As long as you're here, though.
Yes.
Maybe you can sign.
I will sign whatever you need me to sign.
He signed her purse, he signed her sign, and he signed her jersey.
Nobody's gonna believe this.
I think they're gonna believe it once they see the jersey signed and on TV tonight.
And after a few minutes, it was time for Donald to go.
Thank you, love. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay?
Yep, we're okay.
Have fun.
I will. And you
right.
too, enjoy.
I'm glad I met you today, love.
Me too. I'm glad I met you personally.
Donald Driver was on his way.
See you, love.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
But Angie Leroy will probably have the best story to tell for quite some time.
Shelley, Donald Driver was here. Donald Driver was here.
In Bellevue, Eric Peterson, Fox 11 News.
Believe me, Shelley, he was here. Leroy says she was exhausted from the day's events, but it was a day she'll never forget.
Well, after that retirement ceremony, I did get a chance to sit down with Donald exclusively and ask him about his retirement. We talked about his legacy and what's up next. What kind of a thing is your legacy to you? How important is that?
You know, I've always said my legacy to me is being a great person, a great father and a great husband. I think that for me, that's what I want my legacy to be about. You know, I've always said that someone to be able to tell Christian, Christina, and Charity that their dad was a great football player. But no one's going to ever tell my kids that their dad was a great dad and a great husband. So I think when you say about legacy, that's what I want my legacy to be. It's about the person that I am, not about the way I played the game.
What do you remember about your first training camp?
Walking out on that field and seeing all those fans hanging around that fence. You know, Brett told me to prepare myself for it, and I was like, there's no way that, you know, thousands and thousands of fans come out and watch a practice. And he said, well, this is something different. And when I saw that, that's what sparked me. And that was the day I said, wow, this is a special place.
You know, to go to the Super Bowl, when you finally got to get there, kind of a culmination of a lot of hard work.
It was a lot of hard work, Drew. You know, I think that was the thing that sparked what that moment meant to me. Because every year you think, I'm only one step from it. You know, I'm only 2 games from it. And to actually meet that milestone, to reach that milestone was special.